Musa, if you're starting here, my man, that's a problem. Sabuken, you better stand up because your boy is in the house. Dumela man.
Legal.
Ke pela ha mona wa mpona. Mpotsa jwang o mpona. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
You're a DJ too.
Yeah, I'm a DJ. I've been DJing for a minute now.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you play?
I play house, but I recently started playing hip hop.
Okay.
You know, because I think I resonate more with hip hop. Yeah.
I think that's the trick.
Yeah. Né?
Go with where you feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't do it for the money.
Nah.
Yeah, you're gonna get tired.
Hey, matter, we gotta pay the bills, no?
No, I know, but still, don't do it for the money.
Yeah. True.
Be versatile. Yes, be versatile, because sometimes you can be thrown into a gig, and you realize the time you walk in, like hip hop is a spa anymore.
I guess it's yeah.
It's like, okay, what do I have in my bag? You know, because you're versatile, then you can do almost anything. Yeah, but at least you know where your core is. So, Sbukeng guy.
So Kiholete Zone 16 and my grandma.
Okay.
And then my mom moved to Zone 14, and now I stay with my mom. And then now I stay in my place somewhere.
And Usila Motha mo.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
Usila Motha mo.
Yeah, excellent. And with my 2 puppies as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Britain's Got Talent. I think let's start there.
Yeah.
How did that come about? And would you say that's the key that just basically threw the door open?
How it came about, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to be on the spotlight of Got Talent.
Yeah.
You know, I've always said, okay, we started at SA Got Talent, but we didn't make it on TV and stuff,
Yeah.
Was the sad, but like, when I was in the UK from 2022, I met up with a friend, and he was working there, and then he actually like introduced me to the industry that side.
Okay.
And he told me, Musa, there's, Britain Got Talent auditions. So what's up? I think you should go for it. And at that time, I'm working for a company in London.
Oh.
And it's like a full-time job, like a 9 to 6.
What do you do? What are you doing there?
Dancer, like professional dance.
Oh, professional dancer. Yeah. Because that's your main, right?
Yeah. So, and at that time, we were doing the UK tour.
Yes.
For Peaky Blinders. There's like a show that side. Yeah.
Sure.
So, I was like, I don't know if I can do this, man, because like it's busy,
Yeah.
I have injuries as well. I need to like make sure that Kishapu and all of that.
Yeah.
But I was like, Musa, this is what you always want to do, and I think the world wants to know who you are and what you do. And again, I did it for the people, more or less for me.
Because they believed in you.
Yeah.
So let me endorse it back.
Exactly. And I went for it, and my audition were kind of like tricky because I had to like send videos and tell them like, yo, I can't make it on this day. I'll be on the other side of, the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they gave me dates and then possible dates, and then I went in, And,
so they accommodated you?
Yeah, but not really, because like they tell you, okay, they give you that thing of, we don't need you, but you need us.
Yeah.
So these are the dates that we're giving you these dates. We're shooting on these dates, so choose one. And I chose the last day. Like, yeah, let me go for this. But,
Are you telling the production that you're with that you're going for this?
Yeah.
You had to reveal, right?
Yeah, I had to. Like, I mean, there's nothing to hide in it. There's like talent scouters and all of that. So you talk to those people, and there's like pre-auditions, you know. So you go to the studios that they actually like tell you, okay, you're gonna be auditioning in Rosebank. Next week the audition they'll be in Randburg, So I didn't go to those, but I sent videos, and then they asked me to do like video call like type of thing, rehearsals. So I had to like steal time from my work time.
Yes.
To work on that. And then you're like, okay, cool, give it a shot.
So come in.
Yeah.
And then how does that happen? Is it a queue of people that must go through that one day? Because all we see is the post-production, right? We see clearly they're showing us a highlight reel of the best that they saw on the day.
Yeah, I mean, there's like hundreds of people, I would say thousands of people, you know. I mean, in the room that I was in, I think I saw 2 people out of 100 people that were there. You know, like out of 100 groups, I saw like 2 groups. Me, the other guy, and the other girl.
Who made it
to
the TV show?
Yeah. So there's like a lot of people who are actually like auditioning for it. And other people, it's so crazy that there are people from other countries.
Yeah.
They come strictly for that audition and then go home. And I'm just like, oh, is that crazy?
So wait a minute. So they start early?
Yeah.
Like what time to what time?
Okay, my call time was like 9. Yeah, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Auditioned at like 5 p.m. So
what?
So I was there nursing my arm, my shoulder.
Because it was hurt at the time.
Yeah. And again, you have to do these B-roll things, you know. You have to do B-rolls, introduce yourself, meet up with the production team, you know, and then they analyze your attire, you know. I mean, the first audition that I did, it was like my personal clothes, but the pants that I was wearing, it was like nearly scorch.
Yeah.
So on the TV, it's not good. You know, it's not good.
Yes,
so they had to like go out quickly to buy me like black pants. You know, so they fixed those things. You know,
before you get on.
Before you get on, yeah. So they don't want to like regret or why are you in like that? And it's your time now. You know, like
So they check on it. So wait. Are you saying the judges at all this time, they're sitting at the table from 9 a.m.?
Yeah. They've been there. They've been chilling. I think they get like 4 breaks, if not 2 of the. I think 2. Yeah, and then all alone they just like.
And Luna behind the scenes, bale fepa leaja.
Yeah, there's food there.
Oh,
there's food. There's
because I can only imagine. It's just the whole day, man.
Yeah, there's food. There's everything.
And then you get on, and obviously there's no guarantee that you'll make it to TV.
Yeah.
And when it happens, do they tell you, hey, dude, you made it to TV?
I think I knew after I finished my piece, because it was chaos. It was chaos in terms of like, I think the video didn't do justice. You know,
really, because they didn't show the reaction. They didn't show what you saw.
They did, but like. You see where you're standing?
Yeah.
It was so loud that I could, like, Bono, I couldn't
hear what I'm saying.
Hear what you're saying, yeah.
No way.
It was so loud. People were screaming my name. It was chaos. And then the judges trying to, like, speak, but they
can't.
They won't let them speak and all of that. It was crazy. And now I had to be, like, that disciplined performer.
Yeah.
And be like, oh yeah, I'm cool. I was chill.
I'm cool.
I think I chilled. I was standing on stage for like a good 5 minutes without anything happening.
Yeah.
Just people were shouting. Some of them are like standing. Some of them are just like want to run on the stage. It was chaos. It was chaos. And then to see you already like this is the serious thing, and this is the first thing that has ever happened in the Got Talent history.
Yes.
I saw like the technical team on the side of the theater.
Yeah.
They're coming in, they want to check what's going on. The securities.
Yeah.
You know, they were walking inside.
Yeah.
You're like, we've never heard this before, you know? And I mean, I'm chilled. I'm there. I'm just like, I'm thinking about like, you know what? I want this to be podcasted.
Yes.
I can get like 4 yeses or 3 yeses. It's fine to get to the next level. As long as it's going to be on TV, you know? The world need to see the message that I'm sending.
That's right.
You know? And I'm like, my ankle is painful now. My shoulder is painful. I'm thinking about those.
Yeah.
I have to go back home. Next this thing. Tomorrow we're going to another
So
city.
your mind is on the next.
Yeah, you know. And I'm just chilling there. I'm just like, and after the whole thing happened, it's like, the golden buzzers are over. We finished them. We can't do this. The production manager or the producer wouldn't let us do this. All of that. I was just like, just give me 3 years and I'll walk away. I just needed that. And then that happened and I didn't know what it meant, you know. And when the confettis came down, I was just like, oh, flip, what's going on? And then I just kneeled down and prayed. I was praying. And I'm just like, you know what, God, this is what you wanted me to do. And then I just did it, you know.
What message are you sending?
restoring faith and knowing that nothing is impossible, and go with God's speed. You know, you will never be late. You'll never be too early. You know, when God says, this is your time, it will be your time. But when he says, no, not now, tomorrow, chill. You know, it doesn't matter what situation you're in.
Trust.
Yeah, trust in the process, yes. You know, and just know that God exists. He's listening. You know, even if we don't pray, a prayer, it's a frequency. That is why we close our eyes, so that you can channel your mind and, you know, close up the distraction that you see with your naked eye. You know, when you close your eyes, your frequencies, you know, they go up. You know, so even if you just sitting there and you be like, God, please lead this interview, he will do that. Believe in it. And then, yeah, that's what I do all the time.
When did you see God first? And his hand
hospital.
in your life?
I think hospital, when I was sick. I was sick to death, man. Like, I was sick to death.
Like then? I mean, you were how old then? 11?
Yeah, 10, 11. You know, I mean, they didn't know that I can see things. You know, they were already preparing for, like, funeral parlor.
Yeah. The worst, if the worst could happen. Yeah.
You know, I think they were starting to give in. Or like,
oh man.
Okay, yeah.
Grandma, mother.
You know, yeah, because like it was seriously deep and dark. Because I can still remember everything that I was doing. Hallucinations, you know when you get sick to an extent that you hallucinate.
Yes.
Yeah. I was getting to
Is
that.
this because of chemo?
No, before I get my treatment.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got sick. Like, the thing is, I don't share that story that much because I want to write a book about that story.
Perfect.
And then I tell my story post cancer.
Perfect.
All the time.
Perfect.
But before I got sick, before I got diagnosed, it was like, I think a year and a half. I've been sitting at home, not working, being there, just chilling, in pain every day, you know. And and then the best part about it is, I want to ask everyone who was around me their perspective. What were you thinking, man?
Yeah.
How did you see this? What was happening in your life?
Yes.
You know, I want that. You know, and
I'm going through this. What's happening in your life, and how is my condition and situation affecting you?
Yeah.
And affecting the decisions that you need to make about your own life.
Exactly. And I think that's where I actually like had a serious encounter with God, because when you give in, that's where you've been true to yourself. Yeah. And then I was just like, you know what? It's whatever. If I was not meant to be on this earth, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know? I'm giving it.
Yeah.
You know?
Surrendering.
And then the conversation that I had with God was really deep for that age. You know, I didn't know that I could say the things that I was saying. You know,
and you alone in this time, right?
Yeah.
All by yourself.
Yeah, most of the times, man. Like, it was just like.
Isn't it funny that he'll pull you away and make you an island so that you can have a conversation with him?
Exactly.
Look at the story of Moses, for instance, right?
Yeah.
How deep did you go, man?
Very deep to an extent that I was literally planning to like sacrifice myself. I was just like, you know what, God, I don't want to see my family go through this every day. You know, I don't want to see my mom go through this every day. My brother, my grandma, you know, my aunt, they've been going through a lot already, you know, and it's been way too much, even for me as well. Okay, sharp, yeah, me, I'm feeling the pain, but like, I'm getting used to the pain now. I'm getting numb every day, you know, but I'm feeling for my family now, you know. That's where I started to open up. Like, sometimes I'd get pains and then I wouldn't say it. I'm just like, chill, we're watching TV, you know. And then, but you know how moms are.
No, I was about to say.
She knows. Like, Musa, where's along? I'm like, sharp. Nah. She gets like painkillers and then I'm like, you know, so.
She saw it.
Yeah.
She felt it.
Yeah. I mean, God came into my life, I think, a lot of times, you know, even chemo days. Chemo days were the worst. Like, chemo burned my heart, burned my lungs, my eardrums, and my eyes. So there was a time I'd get like blackouts. Like, I feel like I've closed my eyes, but my eyes are open. Every time I get, my mom doesn't know this. I don't know if it's a cardiac arrest, but like my heart stopped for a couple of minutes, you know. And then I had to go through those things.
Yes.
Yeah, they shocked me up. Yeah, and then they brought me back, you know. And the doctors after that, they told me like, this was the first thing that we've ever done, because they do that for a couple of times.
Yes.
And then they just give up, like, not coming back. But they stayed on. For me.
Like, something said keep pushing.
Yeah. Then I woke up.
Wow.
The funny part is that I woke up, like, I went from unconscious to conscious, but I was still closing my eyes. When I opened my eyes, can't see the doctors coming up with those things. So I felt the pain of the shock. I felt the pain of the shock, and I couldn't stop, because, like, well, what am I gonna say? You know,
you can't say stop. I'm alive now.
Yeah, and that thing is painful. That thing is painful for real.
How young are you
now?
At that time of the shock?
11.
And all of this is still vivid.
Yeah, I still remember most of the things. You know, some of the things I don't remember them. I actually hear from my mom when she says, you know, like this story. She told, I think she was telling her friend or my grandma. So in the ward it's like a ward like this, and it's your bed, right? Yeah. And then usually I know my mom's routine and I know her scent. You know? Yes. So I was sleepy. Sometimes she would just come and sit, you know, and not do anything, wait for me to wake up, and I would like literally like smell it. Oh, my mom is here. No, wake up. She's here. Yeah. But that day she walked in. I was up. You know, I was chilling, and then she walked in. She looked at me, and then she put her bag down, and then she walked outside. And I'm just like, oh, that's a first. Maybe she's going to the toilet. Yeah. She came back. Her eyes were red. It was like she was crying. Yeah. But I didn't know what was happening that time. Yes. And then when she told the story, she was like, because the chemo had messed me up, like she couldn't even see that was me. No. Yeah. That was deep. And I was like, oh, that was the day when you came in, put your bag down, and then you walked out. And she was like, yeah. Because I didn't see it was you. I thought they would put you in another ward. Kanti, the nurses, though, that they went to her and was like, no, it's him. It's him. And then they comforted her. Like, no.
Because her worst fear was,
yeah, that was a worst fear. Because, like, I'd lost a friend, like a close friend there.
Is it?
Yeah, we had the same cancer. Yeah. But his was, like, spread all over. Like,
and yours was just a leg.
Yeah, mine was just, like, a leg. And then he passed on. It was really sad. You know, and then my mom was crying there, and I was like, Mom, I'm not gonna die. I'm chilling. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, man.
Yeah.
I got God on my side, man.
Yeah, really chilling.
I'm hanging out with Musa Motha, the amputee dancer, the man who put not only himself but the country on the map when he went to Britain's Got Talent. And there's so much more that he has done, obviously. But it's always that moment where we can always pinpoint and say, oh, yes, I remember. That's why I started there. Kimrada the Squire, Sigelela the Prayer. Tell me why this song?
That song is a very special song to me as well. Before Morena, shout out to him. He released a song. Yeah, that guy's energy is high.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yo. So before he released the song, he actually asked me to come and like meet up with me, and then we met up, and then he was like, bro, I want you to listen to this. Before we even had like a meeting and stuff, I listened to the song. It was like, this is the song that it was raw at that time. Like they had just recorded it, and he was like, bro, I see you in this song, bro. Like, you know, and I want us to do something with this song, you know.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, flip, man, I love this song, bro. It's like, it's really deep and all of that.
Yeah.
And my first independent solo work that I did in the UK, I did it with this song.
Really?
Yeah.
And?
Yeah, it was really huge. It was good. You know, and they loved the song, and it made people cry. Like, they didn't understand what the lyrics were saying, but...
Did you explain?
Yeah, I did.
Because the feeling they will get, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing about music.
Yes.
You know, it transcends language, right?
Yeah. And the best part is, the special part about this song is that it was my first time performing the whole solo without my crutches. You know, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna give it in. And I was just in. And that show... Can
we see that performance? Is it somewhere?
Yeah, I'll send the video.
Please send the video, and then we'll put it on the website.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the Car 959 website. You need to definitely see it. Without your crutches?
Without my crutches. And mind you, that festival, it was for like the world-class dancers. Like all the best world-class dancers, like ballerinas.
Yeah.
you know, and that guy from Brazil and all of that. The lineup was heavy, and I was opening it. You know, it was really good. Like, that's where I started to like appreciate the song and make it connect with me.
Yeah. I'm glad you allowed us to pay it, man. Gee whiz. I'm still fascinated by you being alone outside your country.
Yes.
You're not feeling sorry for yourself. You're not hoping mom is here. Who's there with you though? Because I'm picturing you at this Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge moment. Who's there?
I think I didn't realize I was alone until the last days before I moved back home. Simply because like it was a passion thing, you know.
Yeah.
When I moved to UK, I was like, I'm going there to grab what I want.
Okay.
And then I'm out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I had a lot of support of people, but mentally I was alone. I think I didn't have friends and made connection for like the first 6 months when I was there. I'd literally go to work, come back, be in my room, watch TV, you know. And then when I
have your pie and gravy.
Exactly. Yeah. It was really good. I was alone until my mentor Gregory Makoma, he introduced me to the Lion King family that side.
Okay.
So Lion King is very big that side.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
So I met up with them and I was just like, oh, Bumkaya, you know, like it's really good when you're outside the country and then you
meet your fellow man.
Exactly.
It is the warmest hello ever.
Yeah.
It is the biggest hug ever.
Yeah, I mean they were speaking Xhosa. I don't know how to speak Xhosa, but I can understand it.
Yeah.
So for me it was like we are close. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's, and then after that I built like relationship with them. One of them was my brother Sandile, and I had like a sister as well. You know, you build those relationships, and then they were like, I've been here for like 15 years, so I'll tell you how this country works.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was good for me. You know?
And when did you decide to come back? Or are you back?
Yeah, I'm back now. I came back, I think last year November or before November. Yeah, like fully back. I think it was because my mentor was like telling me things like countries like UK and Europe, you don't overstay your welcome. You go there, give them their taste, and then out. They'll call you in, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I did. I went in, had my thing, you know, and I'm just like, let me go back. And again, I came back because like I know what's going on that side, and I want to imprint that home, you know? So yeah, I feel responsible for the art in our country. So I'm just like, if I run away, I'm gonna be part of the statistics of like, we at that side, we're doing good, yeah, it's fine.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but what about other Musas that are coming behind me?
Yeah.
So
what are you doing there?
Where?
To bring up the other Musas. Are you plowing back? Have you started something?
Yeah, I'm that type of person who don't just execute without a plan. You know, the ideas are there. I'm drafting down the plan.
Yeah.
But the plan has to be realistic and factual.
Yep.
So now I want to write for other Musas in terms of like amputee dancers who wants to come up.
Sure.
So I'm planning, like I'm writing a book about like the techniques of like how to use your crutches, how to do that. And then again, I'm gonna have like a dance studio where I'll be having like everyone in. You know? But this time it's just gonna be like we're doing things different. How different? You know, we introduce people to theater. You know, there's like a lot of people who don't understand what theater is. You know, when you like ask someone from a guys, you go to Soweto or Val, you know, you be like, let's go watch Lion King.
Yeah.
You know, or let's go watch Vincent Mantui's solo. He's a really good dancer, you know.
Yeah.
Like I can go to Chisanyama and watch people dance.
And they say they're not cultured.
Exactly. You know?
Culture.
So I want to introduce people to.
Nice.
So I'm still drafting it down. The plan is there, you know. But the execution is where I'm just like sitting in now.
Who taught you that? Because it feels like you're a pioneer in your space, right? Who then taught you how to use your crutches and dance? Who gave that to you? Because you also needed to be navigated to this. As much as you may have the innate talent, but you still need to work on it, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's I wouldn't say myself alone, but I played a huge part in terms of like mindset, into it. The first time I was dancing, I was using both crutches.
Okay.
Doing spuja and all of that, so I didn't, need to put them down.
Yeah.
And then when I first joined this company in Newtown, Riani Dance Theatre.
Oh yeah.
In 2018, that's where I started like learning. Which like now I have to like use my hands. I have to use the porta bras. Sometimes I have to when I go down the floor and then I have to come up.
Yeah.
So Gregory played a part, and the team in the company, your Rosaline, Otto, Katleo, they played a part, my colleagues played a part, like, okay, I think this turn you can do it this way, and then going forward with like ballet and all of that, it was really difficult. For me, this was like a difficult part because no one has done it before. So they don't know, they don't have references. Like, oh, you need to do this, that. They give you the notes of able bodies.
Yes.
And then,
exactly.
You
must then interpret it yourself.
Exactly. So that is why, like, when they choreograph something, if it takes 2 minutes for you to get it, I take 10 minutes to get it. Because I have to try it in different ways.
Yes, until you get what works for you.
Yeah. And then,
Musa.
I went through it. Hey, it was really tough. But
Hey, like you're not a
But yeah.
But what did you choose before dancing?
I was playing football. But I was playing football. Post and after my amputation.
Yes.
Yeah, and but before I can take dance seriously, I was doing chemical engineering at Damelin. So yeah, but I don't think that was my path.
Yeah,
that's why I was just like, this is what I want to do.
Do you remember the first song?
Yeah.
That said, man, I can do this thing. Milona man, watch man.
Yeah. I mean, like, I wouldn't lie. Like, this journey taught me so much, and it taught me, like, if you want something, put your mind into it. Here they can tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Do this because this is what works for most people.
Yes. Yes.
And they're scared that you might fail in life.
And worse, you don't forget, you don't have a role model, ne?
Exactly.
That they can point at.
Yeah.
Because we always use that.
Exactly.
Because, if there's none, and you're a pioneer, it's such a lonely road.
It's tough.
It's uphill, yeah.
That is why I had to like go really hard on it. Like from like my mom, my grandma, to like, I want to do this. And then I go in, like I did like music videos and all of that. That's where they started like paying attention. But they were still, I think my mom started to literally like accept this. I think when I went to UK, she was like, "Oh, this is serious now."
Yeah.
Oh, so you're doing this? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm doing this. So I think it's just a matter of like, happily, so they just worried about me.
Yeah, of course.
Musa, you're gonna be dancing, for how long?
Yeah.
When you get 30, your body's gonna be like, Yeah. But I've seen people with like 50 years, they've been doing this.
They're still doing it.
Yeah, so I'm just like, don't worry, got this.
My brother, that's what the whole month of March is about. People who never say, I'll stop.
Yeah.
Or this has brought me down, therefore, hence we call it March On. Right?
March On.
We march on, Baba. We march on. Oh, John Alman.
Hey. Straight to the point.
Why is that so good, Chica?
Actual girlfriend, yeah.
Why can I feel you got a girlfriend and now got a little passport?
Nick, so local, keep it local.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But how is that? Where, because you see, South Africans, I don't want to talk about other people, but I want to talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
We still see disability as disability.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
it's the
true.
first thing that is glaring to us instead of seeing a human first.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
You're right, 100%.
And then I can only imagine in the dating space, that's also the first thing they see.
Yeah.
Then,
I mean, it comes up with the experience of like encountering people. So the first time I see you, see me, I read the energy. Like if you get chills when you see people who are differently abled, then I understand, you know? So I only went for people who are just like feel comfortable, like hugging me, you know, open-minded and all of that. You know, I hate explaining myself.
Oh, thank
when
you.
you just like,
thank you.
it's there, it's already there. You just like you accept it or
You
not.
are fully abled, so please use it to this fullest. Watch, use your intellect, use your knowledge, and
Yeah.
be human, right?
Exactly. So yeah, I just went for that, and it's a different space now.
Oh.
You know, back then it was a matter of like it's easy to find someone, but now being like in the public eye, it's hard to face like or to pinpoint or like this is the real one or are you here for the vibe? Exactly. So how we meet is really important. The conversations, you know, after 5 days we met, was really important as well. What do you want from me? What do you need? You know, things like those, they really matter. And I really like, I'm that type of person who would read a person's mind. Like we'll talk about cars, but your answers will let me know what are your plans for the future and how do you see me as a person, or how do you see life?
Yeah.
So I'm down for people who are okay.
Mara, these days people can use even AI to answer those questions. How shy would you see like just taking on this? AI Arava Siri.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm for all the right answers when you're thinking, hey, what's up?
Exactly.
First heartbreak?
First heartbreak. College Damelin.
Oh, banana.
That girl really played me out.
Only chemical engineers are shopping and towards that thinking.
Yo, she played me hard. What's I tell myself, my friends are still laughing at me today.
Never.
Still laughing. I think 2016, it's still happening today. They're like, first heartbreak, mama. You know? It was a good relationship, you know? And I didn't literally like pinpoint or see, okay, I am, you know, this type of person in your life. You know, I thought I was the main one until I found out that you the side guy, bro. You the side guy, and then you didn't just like it up. You know, you just chill. You know, like it really happened in a bad way. Like, so one of my friends, not my friends, former schoolmate.
Yeah.
But she was like 2 grades ahead of me. She texted me weirdly on Insta. She's like, Musa, are you dating this and this? I'm like, that's my girlfriend. I'm like, oh, for real? Yeah. That girl is messing up with my baby daddy. I'm like, what? Nah, bro, you can't say that. And then she's like, yeah, I'm in for real. Until we find out.
Triangle to what?
Yo.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then it happened. And then the last time we spoke, I think it was 2017. The last time we spoke, it was like, yo, Musa, I know you know, and we need to talk. We need to meet up and talk. I was like, yeah, we need to talk. That was the last time we spoke. I've never heard of her today. And I'm just like, yeah.
But you also break hearts, bruh.
Nah,
Don't be sitting there like, hey, Nikili victim. Hey!
Never. I play very far, bro. Like, from women, I play very far.
Marosile Mutukai?
Kadu.
It may not be cancer. It may not be even amputation, but it could be something that may live with this child forever, whatever it is. And this parent is going through what your mom has gone through. What's your word to this parent about their child?
I mean, cancer is is deadly, yeah. But what I realized now as I've grown up into this age, when I look back, I realize that my mom is holding on to hope. You know, you can be strong as you want, but if it's not the time, it's not going to be the time. Hold on to hope, believe. You know, be strong for the baby. You know, the last thing the baby needs is seeing the mother cry in front of him. You know, and it's easy to say "Utluba sharp," but knowingly, deep inside, the child will know. You know, I'm sick and I might. You know, so just be there for the kid and tell them that, you know what, I'm here for you. We're here. Be there every day. You know, more especially when it's like chemo type. You know, so I think I'd say a lot of things that are really motivating, inspiring. But the main fact is we need to hold on to hope. You know, hope just and believe. There. Yeah, don't let go.
Just be there.
Yeah.
We celebrate you, man.
Thank you.
Like I said, your story in itself says to even me, bruh, you gotta move. You gotta march on. You know, whatever it is on your way, it is just there to test. But do you have it in you to face it and beyond? You know.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about your story, and you're an inspiration walking. Thank you. Just keep moving, man. Just keep moving.
Thank you.
I don't know what's next, but I know it's big.
True.
Yeah.